Off the Record is a show from 88.1 WKNC in which DJs talk with artists about everything from their music to upcoming tours to former bandmates' birthdays. Make sure to follow WKNC on SoundCloud and Tumblr so you never miss a beat. Enjoy.
Just like Andrew Evans said on air, this is WKNC 88.1 FM HD1 HD2 Raleigh. You are listening to the HD1 section, and this is DJ Beowvlf doing an off-the-record interview with Spud Cannon. If you guys are familiar, they were here roughly a year ago promoting their first album, Next Time You Read the Fine Print. They are back for the last date of their tour cycle for their second album, which is called Squeeze, and I have them in studio to chat and stream some of their music. The mics are on, guys. Say hello and introduce yourselves, please, and thank you.
Hello. Thanks so much for having us.
Oh, that's so cute. You all chimed in at the same time. And yes, it is having you back. I'm very excited to say that a year ago I interviewed them, and now a year later I'm doing it again. We love continuity. It's going to be a very fun interview. So starting on the left, just for the audience, would you like to introduce yourself and what do you do in Spud Cannon?
Sure. I'm Lucy. I play bass.
I'm Jackson. I play the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Ari. I play keyboards.
I'm Meg, Vox.
And I'm Ben, and I play the drums.
And for anyone who has kept up with WKNC, you may be aware that there is one difference in the lineup of Spud Cannon since the last time they were on air. Ben was actually not here. Previously, they had a drummer whose name was Baron. And I don't believe there was any sort of like complications. It was just you were out of town, possibly?
No.
We had our original drummer, just after a year and a half, decided that he wanted to. At that time, he was abroad, but it was also a larger thing if he kind of decided that he was a little over the band thing, I think, and
so
wanted to.
Baron wasn't taking the place of Ben. It was somebody else entirely.
No, he was touring with us.
Okay.
Yes, one of my friends from back home. But Ben is the new permanent.
The new Spud in this canon.
Yeah, we came into this year at Vassar being like, oh my God, we really have to find a drummer. What are we going to do? We know all the drummers on campus, so maybe one of the first years will be our savior. And lo and behold, I find Ben juggling on the quad with the circus group that I'm a part of.
Actually juggling?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, truly. And so I walk up to him and I'm like, okay, do you also play the drums? Because we're just going to go around and ask everyone. And
right.
He's
Ben
coincidentally he does.
Yeah, she didn't even ask my name. It was the first sentence she asked. She spoke to me, so.
Hi, do you play the drums?
Yeah, it was literally that. And I kind of was just, taken aback for a second, and I answered yes.
Yes, I do. Also, I'm Ben. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And I was shocked because...
Well, I guess what I want to know is next, enough about you, Ben. Do you juggle on stage? And can you do any of your circus acts on stage?
Ben went to clown camp.
I did go to, cat's out of the bag. I did go to clown camp. And you know what? I'm still,
I must be confused. I thought it was Meg who was doing the circus stuff.
We both dabble.
Yeah, I'm more of the acrobatic stuff, and so I have been known to do a back bend on stage.
And I'm a very passionate juggler,
I mean, I guess that plays in when you're playing the drums. You can flip your sticks around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different art forms, though, both distinct and
both
beautiful in their own right.
Both need a lot of hand-eye coordination. So, well, I guess, Ben, what has it been like touring with Spud Cannon?
It has been a dream.
Euphoric. Have you ever toured with a band previously?
I have never toured with a band previously.
Have you ever been in a band previously?
I have been in a band previously, but I have never, toured with such a great group of guys and gals, It has been amazing.
Guy and gals.
Yeah, guy and gals.
Singular guy. Now, Jackson's an interesting character because I remember when he played Raleigh last time, that show was a fiasco because I think your guitar became unplugged.
Yeah.
You had to sit down to play it. And did you break a string?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
And I borrowed a guitar from the audience.
Yes, you did. I think it was Green Isles that lent you one.
Yes, Green Isles lent me one. Thank you. That was a bit I did a lot on our last tour.
You did. You were very excited.
Sometimes you could get a guitar upgrade, which,
But that was not the purpose.
That was not the purpose. I'm the technical difficulties one of the band by far. This tour, I've also had my fair share. My sound was going in and out in our first show, but I've only done the "Can I borrow a guitar?" bit once on this tour, and that was 2 nights ago
Yeah.
in Colombia.
And was that because you like broke a string or something, or did you just see someone with a really nice guitar?
I broke a string, but yeah, I'm gonna start doing that too. I'm gonna kind of suss it out. I should
Hey,
have done
great
that
set,
last
man.
night.
Can I
Yeah.
backline your amp?
Yeah, no, actually, one of the openers last night had a Rickenbacker,
Oh,
and
it was gorgeous.
I really should have broke a string.
It was gorgeous.
Ooh.
Would have loved that.
So I guess I'm gonna ask some questions about your tour experience. Obviously, being at number 3rd on the charts for the NACC has definitely got to get you guys some credit. I imagine you've had a pretty good draw and a turnout for this tour as you've been around the area in the past. I guess we can go down the line and say, like, what's your favorite thing about the tour so far? Well, I mean, I guess this is the last day, so tour's over now. What have you enjoyed about it?
Well, I really like the shows where people dance a lot, even if we're not playing the best. And
You literally did a cover of Funky Town. If people aren't dancing, they're missing out.
yeah. So like the show last night was good. A lot of people were dancing. Columbia also.
Columbia's got a great music scene, actually. I know South Carolina is the lesser of the 2 Carolinas, but they're cool, I guess.
They definitely know how to party for sure. I think my favorite day by far was Chicago, because in the afternoon it was just really sunny there, which I hear is like kind of a rarity, and it was warm.
Yeah, it's the Windy City,
And-
right?
Yeah, exactly. And it was just this beautiful day, and Chicago's super cool. And we did an audio tree session, which I'd been a big fan of for a long time.
We're definitely going to have to devote a segment to talking about just that.
Yeah. So I love that, and I think we were all really, at least speaking for myself, was very nervous, and we felt like it went surprisingly well. And then we just had a nice dinner at this place called the Pasta Bowl.
Nice.
Where we had a bowl of pasta, and the waiter gave us free shots and stuff. And then we played a
Free
great
shots?
show. And it was
homemade limoncello. It was really
yeah,
good.
it was great. And then we played.
So was this like not to out the pasta
Yeah.
bowl or anything, but
Yeah.
like, were these shots that you could like buy there, or was this waiter just like, hey, I made limoncello shots. Do
He
you
just
want
kinda
one?
brought them over
Yeah.
without
Yeah, we have
asking.
no
He was
idea.
like,
Yeah.
he was
Do
really
not
nice
look a
to it.
gift horse in the mouth.
No, don't question it. But I'm just curious, I guess. So yeah, lemon jello shots in the sunny but windy city.
Yeah, and then the show was great too. For a Monday
Fantastic.
night show, it was like, I mean, the
Unreal.
venue was pretty full, and a lot of people knew the songs, which is always like.
Did you happen to have any celebrities show up to your shows? For example, Gary Oldman, who showed up last tour.
No.
No, what a bummer.
We saw Julian Baker in a coffee shop.
We did see.
Yes.
I had to restrain myself because that new Boy Genius record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's a once in a lifetime chance. I feel like you almost shouldn't have restrained yourself.
Well, we were talking about this, and I think you said like what was the thing? If they're having a meal with someone and in a conversation, you shouldn't do something. But
Yeah, they're just like a regular person, sort of. They're like extra special, extraordinary is the word that I would use.
They should get to have normal moments, though.
They should get to have normal moments, and I imagine anyone else who doesn't understand what it's like to be a musician, though on different scales, would probably run up and be like, oh my God, Julian Baker, Boy Genius, oh my God. But I think it was probably very kind that you restrained yourself.
I
Took
like
an
to think
L
so.
for you, but respectful regardless. Any other tour commentaries?
The other night we found out that Waffle House has a secret real menu.
A secret real menu?
That you have to ask for it, and they'll bring it over to you, and they have a different selection on it. It's interesting stuff.
Is this
They
like
have-
across all Waffle Houses?
I
Waffle
think so.
Hosen?
We went to the one that we went to was in South Carolina, and we asked for it, and they brought it over, and that was really exciting for us.
Interesting. What'd you order?
Oh, I just got like a regular menu thing, but they have a waffle sandwich, which sounds great, but
Don't order
they
it.
literally just waffle a sandwich. So it's kind of just this bread that's been waffled, and it's not.
Yeah, it's not even waffle.
Yeah,
It's not. So they just put the sandwich and like
In the
smush
waffle-
it into the
different-
waffle maker.
Yeah.
The difference lies in it. It's not a waffle sandwich. It is a waffled sandwich.
Ah,
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
think though,
I feel like that's
because
misleading.
I think at each Waffle House the chef just kind of makes up.
Yeah,
it
like a
didn't
chef's
seem like
specialty.
they quite knew,
Yeah.
because the waitress said, "I don't know, like no one has ever ordered this." You know what I mean? And when they brought it out, I was like, "Is that it?" Because I feel like the chef was just like,
The chef turns around. You can clearly see the station. He's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't ask me.
Exactly.
I remember one time I went to a Waffle House and I was incredibly sober, and I couldn't decide what I wanted, and I asked the waitress. I was like, I want a waffle. Surprise me. And they gave me a surprise waffle. It was pretty nice. It had the pecans that they put on it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was I think it was pecans and peanut butter. And that was the waffle that I had. Yeah, maple syrup. I went in on that thing.
This is a good segue into my favorite part of tour.
Okay.
Which, well, first off, a good house party does it. Shout out, Columbus was great. Shout out Jeff Tobin for a great time there. But what I'm saying is, getting to eat in all the different towns. And all the different towns. We were in Austin, and we wandered into some, food truck scene, and I was not incredibly sober. And shout out Bob's Burgers, the truck there. I mean,
is it a reference to the actual show?
It is. I don't know if they cleared the copyright, but I handed the man $20 and said, "Surprise me."
Oh my god!
And man, did I get my money's worth. So
please describe this burger so that our listeners can enjoy it and so that I can as well. But do it like an ASMR video.
Did you just say ASMR?
I did, in fact.
So yes. So I mean, I don't know what to talk about first: the burger or the ASMR. Oh
do
my
the
gosh.
burger in the style of ASMR.
Like Chicho would.
Is this like by what is it by like is this like the two like
binaural?
Binaural?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, we have
Swiss
cheap equipment here.
Jalapenos. Turn my mic up. Then there were mac and cheese fried bites and then fried jalapeno poppers. It was delicious. Thank you, Bob's Burgers. And now to ASMR.
I'm getting a tingle. I got a tingle.
tingling?
I'm tingling.
I just fell asleep.
I am an ASMR enthusiast. I have what I do in the car is I put my noise canceling headphones on. I put my jean jacket over me, like over the front of my body, kind of like a straight jacket, and then I turn on my favorite ASMR channels, which is either Bob Ross painting or Chicho.
Bob
guy
Ross
Chicho.
was ahead of the curve.
Bob Ross was ahead of the curve.
Rest in peace to a great man.
Is he dead?
Yes.
When?
He been dead,
He
Ben.
stays being dead?
He stay dead.
All right. Well, R.I.P. Bob Ross. You've put me to sleep many nights. We love Bob Ross.
I'm surprised that you didn't know because, I feel like if you were looking up any of his stuff, it'd be like 2003. Like, there's no new content out.
I was just resting in
He's dead.
blissful ignorance. I don't want to think about.
I guess
that.
ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
No, the house that I actually was, I don't know, what do you say, born into? Now, when you're born, the house I was taken back to. I only lived there. My parents only lived there for a couple of years, and I was only there for a year. Was actually Bob Ross's house.
Oh
No,
my!
that's my Bob Ross connection.
Okay. If only Bob Ross was still alive, he could have done the Gary Oldman presents Spud Cannon, but
Totally
Bob
could've.
Ross presents Spud
In
Cannon.
an ASMR voice.
Exactly.
Kind of a snoozer of an opening.
Yeah,
Maybe the
this
outro.
album's gonna be lame.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of this album, I would love if we can play a song. I think we're gonna go ahead and do the top single off the album, The Lucky Ones. And we're gonna get that queued up. This is WKNC 88.1. Stay tuned for more Spud Cannon conversations. This is their song, The Lucky Ones, off of Squeeze. Keep it locked, WKNC.
Counting down the days like a zero means change. Sleeve catching on the door, heart stretching even more. Hard for me to say, it'll feel like a blink. Everything's big to me, none of it's what it seems.
And we're back. I cut that outro off a little bit, but there's only so much twinkle needed. Yeah, Jackson's in the back like, nah, we're good. No twinkle, no twinkle necessary.
Yeah.
But that was The Lucky Ones by Spud Cannon. If you're just tuning in, it's off of their newest album, Squeeze, and they're playing tonight in Raleigh. I guess while that's on the tip of my tongue, let's introduce the information about the show that you guys are playing. Who, what, when, where, why?
We are playing The Night Rider because
Very cool venue.
Raleigh is awesome.
Very cool venue.
And we are playing with Black Bouquet
I love those buddies.
and Pool Boy. And I think the festivities begin at 8 p.m.
Very nice.
So get there, get grub early,
Grub early.
get down there. And this is your first party stop of the night.
Absolutely.
And, I think we go on at 8:45 or something. Yeah.
That's pretty fast. Is Pool Boy headlining?
Pool Boy, yeah, technically, I think. Yeah.
Technically?
Yeah. They're playing after us, so.
I'm
yes.
surprised that you guys aren't playing third.
I know they're putting us middle.
I mean, like,
I don't know.
honestly, I'm not even going to argue. I think that middle is almost the best. Because, like, first
I
people,
like
agree.
middle. I like
You're here.
middle.
Yeah,
'Cause
like,
we can hang out after.
first people show up late.
Yes.
Second, it's like everyone's there and, like, paying
Mhm.
attention to you. Third, people leave early or they're, like, too intoxicated to care.
Bingo.
So, Pool Boy, you played yourself.
Yeah.
Spud Cannon is going to rock the Night Rider down. Also, personal shout out to the Night Rider. They do karaoke nights, and it's a fantastic spot. And a lot of local Raleigh artists either play there and hang out there. And so it's going to be cool.
All right. I'm
Yes,
glad to hear
yes.
that.
I will do my darndest to show up. I have to work until like late, I think. Boo hoo. But it's not about me. It's about Spud Cannon. So you said who, what, and where. Why? Why are you playing in Raleigh?
We're playing
This is such a rhetorical
Raleigh
question.
because it's an amazing place.
This is
And
just
it's
the
very
fan service we
green,
wanted.
and it is magical.
It is the city of Oaks.
And WKNC is one of the top college radio stations in the United States.
You darn right we are.
Their new general manager does ASMR podcasts.
I do ASMR podcasts.
And we had to come back because we farted in the music director's office last time, and we're coming back again
With a vengeance.
And listen, we ate before we came.
Oh, no.
So,
Oh, no. You know what? Whoever smelt it dealt it, and it's going to be Jackson this time. So I think it was also you last time.
Jury's out.
Jury's out on that one.
Yeah.
We haven't quite decided. Oh my. Well, in regards to the show tonight, it's definitely going to be the event of the city this evening. I can't think of anything else going on tonight that anyone else would possibly want to go to.
There's nothing.
By
it's
default.
a parade. Roads are closed down.
Everything else is closed, actually.
Yeah,
it's
'cause, like,
it is a
There's
holiday.
the God, what is it? The NCAA game or something?
Oh, never heard of it.
Yeah, I think that already happened. I don't know. I don't do sports.
Yeah, I don't know
Sports?
Ben
what
does
that
sports.
is.
You do sports, Ben? Juggling's a sport?
Hey, juggling is a sport. Yeah.
You know
I
what?
would say that.
That's valid. Cheerleading is just human juggling, and that's a sport.
That's
So
a fact.
that is a fact. But anyways, enough about sports and things that don't matter. Spud Cannon matters. So on the tour, I know that you guys have had quite a bit of a learning experience on the road. So let's get the bad stuff out of the way and tell these stories.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Jackson said that you guys learned what not to do on tour this round. So I guess for anyone who's not well versed in what it means to be a DIY band on the road, what are the do's and don'ts of booking and playing your own tour?
Well, to start with, and I think we'll all have something to say on this matter, but I think our last tour went kind of just swimmingly well in the ignorance is bliss. I didn't think we realized what was going right, and I think this tour, one of the biggest examples is that our route, because of South by Southwest,
Right.
was absolutely redonkulous. And literally I calculated it yesterday in the van, and at the end of this tour, we will have driven 5,717 miles in 2
I really thought you were
weeks.
going to say hours for a second.
No,
I was like, that's like several
astonishing.
years.
Yeah. But
At the end of this 2 weeks. we will
yeah.
have 2 years.
Yeah, like it feels
I guess it
that
must
way.
feel that way, yeah.
No, it does, because it's like it comes out to it's not exact every day, but that is almost averaging 400 some miles a day,
Oh my
and
gosh.
without many rest days and stuff.
Basically none.
It it gets to you. I think it gets to you.
I'd like to take a band vote. Who is the best and worst driver in the van?
Oh.
Spill this tea.
Well, we
We
have
have
different
names.
personalities.
Yeah.
We have different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson, you want to take this?
Oh, for who's best and worst?
Oh no, well the personalities. then
Oh,
we can go for
personalities?
best who's worst.
Yeah. So Ben.
Are any of you like very angry drivers?
No.
Yes.
'Cause I am.
Yes.
I'm an
Lucy
angry
gets
driver?
feisty.
I'm not
Yeah, she's like, move. Why are you driving so
Okay, yeah, a
slow?
little
Why are you
bit.
light turn
Well,
green?
When people are bad drivers, yeah, I get a little feisty. I'm not gonna say.
As you should.
I mean, you're
know?
from New York. Like, I feel like you should be used to bad drivers and traffic and congestion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Ben's a speed demon. This
Oof.
he's got one hand.
Drummers,
with,
am I right?
He's got one hand with a Red Bull, and the other one's like
Me.
kind of like futzing with his Spotify, like trying to cue a song.
Shooting through Muskogee, Alabama.
Yeah.
Muskogee, Oklahoma, 90
Got
miles
cruise
an
control
hour.
steering
Like
with your
90.
knees.
Yeah, I can't even snap when he's driving because like the G-force,
smooth.
like the turns.
You know, it's fast, but it's smooth.
Do you
know?
remember that old Disney movie G-Force about the
The
spy kid?
hamsters,
I thought it was
yeah.
guinea pigs.
Oh, guinea pigs. You're right. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, what a throwback.
Then we got Muppet Baby over there.
That's me.
Oh, you're the Muppet baby.
I'm the Muppet Baby. Yeah, I drive pretty.
you do a
fast,
Kermit voice?
Though, also, no.
Yeah. That was pretty close.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Jackson-
can't think of anything Kermit would say.
Yeah. Jackson's a pretty stock driver. You know, just kind of the run of the mill. Nothing special.
I got a ticket last tour, so I've kind of
Dang.
like, you know, my speeding days are over. So that's why.
Yeah, and I'm just very focused. Like I can't really do much else when I'm
Yeah.
driving.
Meg's at 10 and 2, which we love.
Do. I'm at that 12 with my left hand, and this is gonna be really corny. So I talk about my rats all the time. I bring them everywhere with me. I have little leashes, so it'll be like left hand on the wheel, right hand holding the rat in my passenger seat, just making sure they're good. And every once in a while, I'll like pull up at a stoplight, and it'll be like sitting on my shoulder, and I get the weirdest looks of people just being like, "What does that woman have in her car?"
Have you ever considered a rat car seat? Is there?
I
something
feel like
that?
they don't have them that small. Maybe I could get them one of those like Polly Pocket little cars and then like zip tie them in there.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's animal abuse and also maybe not comfortable for them.
Where are your rats now? You didn't bring them to the studio?
No, because they'll chew the wires.
Oh.
My sweet girls, Tofu, Basil, and Juniper, they're at home. I bought them hammocks yesterday, so they're breaking in the new beds. I am an obsessive mother. It's hilarious.
Love that.
Nice.
I love that. I could talk about that forever, but we've talked about bad drivers. What else have you learned on the road? I remember there was that one story that you guys were complaining about, or at least posting about on your Instagram story, where you had a venue change like 3 times.
Yeah, this was a nightmare. So this will be a funny one for the listeners, I'm sure.
Cue, we're the lucky ones, but the funny ones.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, here's the thing I would say is we were coming off South by Southwest, which we had to zip down there, and it was, you know, South by Southwest in itself was very fun, but you know, there's like, you know, 5 million bands there at the time, and our showcases, we got put on this one kind of pop punk bill. We ended up playing at like 1 a.m. to like one kid that came down
Who
from
loved
San
it.
who
You played at
loved it.
1 a.m.?
It was
It was-
so funny. We were
it
just
was
like,
funny.
there's really nothing to lose. Let's just
Yeah.
have fun.
We
So
We did
Yeah.
a punk
go
set.
on, and I just
Nice.
We did a punk set literally
Yeah.
where we said, okay, how punk can we get?
You said,
Um,
let's ditch the matching jackets, put on
No, there
our
were
leather
still matching
patches.
jackets. There were still matching jackets.
Yeah.
Just
Like the red ones from the last tour
No,
cycle?
no, we didn't bring those.
Did you make new ones?
No. we didn't make
You
those.
were the one who made them, right?
Lucy.
I
Lucy made them?
Yeah.
Okay.
But nonetheless, we'll get to San Antonio. Anyways, so basically South by Southwest was all right. We'll be honest about that. And then we were looking for like, hey, San Antonio's gonna be lit. Like last time we played 2 shows there. People came out. We were super like, this is gonna bring it back for us. And then the promoter who had worked with before, who's a great guy, you know, had said, hey, you know, your show is supposed to be outside. This cold front came in, which it was. It was kind of cold.
It's Texas, though.
It's yeah,
How
exactly.
cold can it be?
It was cold. It was nippy.
I imagine
bit-
it's got to be like a
tiddly bit,
dry
yeah.
cold, too, because it's nothing but like dust out there.
Yeah,
tiddly bit nippy.
Tiddly bit
Yeah.
nippy.
But-
Darn tootin'.
But we had loaded into this place, this outdoor venue. So we went to Eden when we were on the way back from dinner, which we had already gotten in an argument. Which, jokes on us, we thought that was gonna be the worst thing to happen that evening. And then
just when you think.
Exactly. And then he said, "You know what? Listen, there's a bigger house show that's closer to campus that is gonna draw a lot of the same people. So that's indoors, and we moved you guys. You guys will play at the end of that." So just move over to that one.
Is this like an official promoter or just some like local that's guiding you?
It's a kid. It was a kid.
Just some kid.
Just some kid. And then we went to the house, and anyone else want to take this?
So then we unload all of our stuff there, and we go on at like probably 11:33, and we get like 10 seconds into Thrumadum before the cops show up. And they like bust the house party.
Damn.
And they're like, okay, but we'll hook you up with this other venue.
Well, they asked us if we wanted to play an acoustic set.
No.
Yeah, which is
No,
always a
answer
red
is
flag.
no.
Like,
No.
we just
No.
can't. So then we like put all our stuff back in the car and drive to this other venue and unload there. And then they like end up having a birthday party that they don't tell us about until like after we.
Yeah,
loaded
they
in.
let us put everything in, and
That's
then
what
the
I
woman
couldn't
at the door was like,
understand, yeah. I
"Oh,
couldn't
sorry,
understand.
actually, there's a birthday party. You guys can't play. We already have a performer." It's like, why?
What was hilarious, though, and I do want to shout out your
Was this at like a
saying-
Chuck E. Cheese or something?
I wish.
That would have been
That would
cool.
have been more fun.
Anyways, what was hilarious?
Yeah, no, you were saying, like, did any celebrities come out? The
Yeah.
reporter from Channel 12 News, it's been a long tour, Channel 12 News in San Antonio was not there to report on a show, but was a fan and just showed up, and he was a total reporter, and he followed us from place to place, and he was super nice. Shout out to Garrett. And at the end of the night, I had complimented him on his shirt, his button down. And I gave him a t-shirt because he was helping us out, and he took the shirt off his back and gave it to me. And I didn't even ask for it, and he just said, "No, take it."
And it
He
was his
loved it.
favorite shirt.
It was his favorite
Beautiful.
shirt.
Well,
Beautiful
now his
colored
Spud Cannon
paisley.
shirt is going to be his favorite shirt.
Yeah, we got to
It
get
was
it
a
back.
paisley button
Beautiful
down.
colored paisley.
Are you going to
It's-
wear it tonight?
Oh, you should.
Maybe I'll break it out in
That would be
honor
a
of
good way
Garrett.
to end the tour.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Some quite literal fan service right there.
Mm-hmm. No,
That is that's pretty fantastic. He literally gave you the shirt off his back.
literally did.
So maybe
That
San
is
Antonio
devotion.
was a good night. Maybe we're just not framing it.
No.
It had a
Half the
silver
band was
lining.
Yeah, half
the
the band
band
was
was
crying
crying.
at the end. We had multiple breakdowns.
So there's 5 of you,
Yeah,
like 2
yeah.
crying and 1 has like a single tear dripping out of the left eye.
Yeah,
Is
no,
that
there
how-
was-
One's
there
just
was-
on the brink.
Yeah, there
brink.
was just a lot of fires to put out that
We take
night.
shifts.
You know, we take shifts. But here's the good thing about this tour is none of our breakdowns have coincided. You know, it was
That's
like he broke
convenient.
down one night, and I broke down the other night. You know,
Yeah. I
It
know
all
broken
works
down.
out.
You can only have 1 because if there's more than 1, well then just all hell breaks loose.
Mm.
That's just how that works. You have to have an even balance.
Exactly.
And then on this tour cycle, you guys played some new locations. You mentioned Chicago. I don't believe you went to San Antonio last time. Where else did you go?
Columbus, Ohio is new.
Love Columbus.
Yeah.
What even is in Ohio?
Some corn.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh,
Spud
really?
Cannon was
Not
there.
really.
Corn and potatoes, a good healthy Irish meal.
Yeah. Wait, Kentucky. Yeah.
love Kentucky.
Fans.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Big fans.
I was
Kentucky's cool.
very surprised that Kentucky has such a large music scene. There was recently like a hardcore festival out there called LDB Fest. I forget what LD and B stands for. Oh, Life or Death Brigade Festival. But I was like, I did not expect that of Kentucky. And now Spud Cannon's playing Kentucky. And, well, I surely, words are leaving my... I
Cage the
misunderstood
Elephant's
them.
from there. Too.
Cage the Elephant is from there. Thank you for
Bowling Green.
filibustering while
Bowling
I was
Green.
trying to
No
find a
worries.
word for that. I underestimated Kentucky for sure. We're going to transition into another song because it's been about 10 minutes since the last one. Can I request my favorite?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do February. It's my favorite one off this album, Squeeze by Spud Cannon. I'm going to nerd out during this one, so I'm very excited. This is WKNC, the local beat, or gosh, it's not even the local beat. This is my usual show, the local beat. This is WKNC Spud Cannon with DJ Beowvlf, not the local beat. It's an off-the-record interview. Stay tuned.
Been gone since February, March
No twinkles to cut out that time. Well, that is my favorite song off of Squeeze. It was called February, if you couldn't tell by the fact that that word was repeated many a time. But that was my favorite song off of Squeeze. And while on the Squeeze tour cycle, you guys played one of my favorite music series, Audio Tree. And I don't believe I have ever interviewed a band after they've done an Audio Tree. I've interviewed a band before they do Audio Tree. But I'm very curious to like pick your brains about that whole process. How did such a thing get set up?
Our booking agent reached out to them.
Are you guys on a label?
We are not. We are
I didn't think so.
staunchly independent.
Yeah.
We do our own thing, but we do have a booking agent. Shout out to Tom at Outer Orbit Booking out of Columbus, Ohio.
That's why you went to Ohio.
Yeah, exactly.
You got corn and booking agents.
Yes, but he hooked it up, and we're very grateful for that. Yeah, and Audio Tree has a whole big office in Chicago. I mean, I didn't realize that it's like an offices, you know.
Yeah. No, it was amazing. We were all so nervous. It was just like we were like tense, but also so excited. It was really fun too, and the space was amazing. I didn't realize they like have to change it up for each different like band that comes through.
They do.
Like, the room, it's like one room that they use for like all of them, but they just like move things around so that it looks different.
Got it.
And we brought like 100 feet of Mylar because like we put it up for this one show and it looked cool, and we were like, maybe we'll decorate the walls there, but it didn't really work out. Too cool.
I don't really know what Mylar is.
It's kind of a reflective. It looks like tinfoil. It's like a mirror. Basically.
Yes,
yeah.
I googled
and
it
we
here.
tried to. We put it up, but it looked kind of weird. And then also, it was right in front of the AC unit,
No,
so
it
it was
was
waving.
blowing in the wind.
It was
and
also-
we just had to take it down.
No, it was also
Yeah.
because the audio engineer said, "Hey, it's like screwing with the acoustics."
That makes
you know,
sense.
which we, could have foreseen.
Yeah.
But we ended up using the 300 feet of Mylar at this house show last night.
Sick.
And it totally made it.
I mean, hey, if you have any left over, the Night Rider would definitely let you put it up.
We do have some. So, right?
No, we don't. No, we used it
We
all.
used all of it.
Yep.
All of the
gone.
Mylar?
Yep.
Wow.
Whack.
But yeah,
yeah.
Audio Tree was amazing. It was like the weird thing about it was that we were like all on different sides of the room. Like there were basically 3 different areas. And I'm so used to like having everyone within like 3 feet of me, and I can like, just run over to people.
I remember when you played the Pinhook, you and Jackson were like leaning against each other during certain parts, and yes, stage
Yeah, they
bonding.
put us. We were next to each other
Yeah.
out of the thing, which just worked out. That's the way they wanted it, so it worked out.
So they like choose the setup for you.
Yeah, kind of. They're like, you'll be over here. We were thinking you'll be over here. I'm sure you can interject. But the other interesting thing about it is, I've seen a bunch of those videos, and you don't realize how really big the room is.
Yeah.
Because they have 5 cameramen in the center of the room that you never see in the videos. And that's a huge chunk of the room. You know what I mean? In the videos, you're only seeing basically the outskirts of it, And it's a beautiful studio. I mean,
that
really
is
beautiful.
it sounds like a really complex process. I never really think about what goes on behind the scenes. I just kind of like watch this Audio Tree and I'm like, oh, they're pretty good, recorded. Did you guys just play live straight through? Was it like a one take, one and done thing?
They don't let you redo it. They don't. You go live, and that is it. Yeah.
I know that they live broadcast their sessions, but is it like over a radio or something?
No, they do like a web stream.
Yeah.
Live web stream, but
I think I may be getting it confused with like KEXP, which is like
Yeah.
a radio station that does similar things and is also my dream job. Shout out to Seattle. Please hire me when I graduate. I love you. That is super cool. Congrats to you guys. That is definitely something to add to your accolades along with number 3 on the NACC.
April 1st, the session will come out on YouTube.
I was just about to ask because I didn't see the link pop up in my I'm subscribed to Audio Tree and I didn't see it. A North Carolina band recently played Audio Tree. They're called Indigo de Souza.
Oh yeah,
which is the name of their front woman, and I love them very much. They actually just played in Raleigh today. Today is the Halfway to Hopscotch promotion series or something. So that was really cool. If people went to that, they'll want more music. So hopefully they'll go to your show tonight. I guess other than Audio Tree, you talked about Chicago being a cool city. when you were in other cities, did you get any sort of feedback on playing your Audio Tree session? Were people who came to your shows like aware of who you guys were?
I think not so much on like, hey, saw the Audio Tree, but I think it depends on, the city. I mean, there's some places where you're playing to, I think, nobody knows us, and then there's other towns where it's definitely really nice. I think that's what made the Chicago show so fun, was that half the crowd was like singing the word. You know what I mean? So when you look out and you're like an indie band, that's an awesome thing.
Fantastic. And then let's talk about the album Squeeze as a comparison to Next Time You Read the Fine Print. I thought it was an impressive turnaround how you guys were able to get one album out each year. And I don't even think it was like a full 12 months between each one, right? I guess my next question is, how the hell did you do that?
Well,
it was squeezed.
Yeah, it was squeezed out pretty quick. And
is that where you got the name?
The name came from much later on, but I think to start out with, actually, one of the things that really pushed the album, and we haven't talked about this publicly that much. I think we talked about it in one other interview, but after Next Time Read the Fine Print came out, we actually did garner some interest from the label Captured Tracks. They came out to one of our shows in the spring, and did the whole song and dance and bought us drinks and talked us up and buttered our biscuits, and basically had verbally offered us a record deal, and then just it never got put to paper, which
as it happens sometimes
in the music biz.
Hey, you got free drinks out of it.
We got free drinks, and you know what? It was an awesome moment, nonetheless, to kind of
at least a practice experience for future record deals.
Exactly, and also the fact that they were even really interested. I mean, was
cool.
A big moment for us to go.
Yeah, it changed the way we were thinking about the band and like what we wanted to do with the rest of our time together. And so also when they had offered us this 5 album deal, they were gonna first re-release Next Time Read the Fine Print, and so that would have slowed our songwriting process. So then as soon as we found out that we weren't actually gonna go through with this record deal, we suddenly we were just hitting the new songs, and we were trying to just churn stuff out because we could.
I remember for the last album you said that Midnight was the very first song you wrote. Yeah. What was the first one that you wrote for this one?
Runaway Strays. Yeah. Runaway Strays, yeah. I had a demo of it.
In February, actually.
Yeah, February's early. February, Boogeyman and Runaway Strays.
Wasn't the Boogeyman from the last album?
No, we just released a single way out in advance.
Yeah.
Our, being an indie band, you don't have to.
You're not constrained by a record label saying, all right, we're going to release it on this date so we can promote it for this date. And so it does give you some fluidity there. So the album cover, why? Feet are gross. It's definitely an intriguing album cover. Is it Ari's foot? Because I remember with you have that one single cover of the snakeskin boot.
Yeah, I have those boots. But this album cover for Squeeze is actually by the same Instagram artist who did our first.
Oh, with the tongue and cactus.
Yeah, exactly. And
very cool.
We're kind of looking through her feed because she has this great aesthetic where it's very close up, bright photographs. So.
Yeah, it's very clear imagery.
Yeah, so we had a lot of deliberating.
I know I said feet are gross, but I do really like the album cover. Both Next Time You Read the Fine Print and Squeeze are images that are pleasing to look at, but you really got to be you got to overstep that first boundary of there's a cactus in her mouth, that's got to be painful, or that's a foot, that's gross. But I think it's just that initial shock that makes the album covers so much more intriguing.
Skin.
Yeah, and skin.
And skin.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely spend a lot of time on album art.
Absolutely.
This process was just. There was one day where we all kind of. I mean, there was a week I almost didn't sleep. I remember one night I took a NyQuil and still didn't sleep, and I was buzzing out because we had a deadline to hit and no cover, and it was just we felt like our first album cover was great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was we can't.
It's iconic.
We can't drop the ball. So yeah, I'm scared for the next album.
Sounds like you got to start thinking now. Do you guys have plans to produce new music in the future, or well, I guess in the foreseeable / near future?
I think we got at least another record in us.
Okay.
So we're gonna do another record, and I think we're gonna go back to the roots of a little bit closer to how we cut the first one, and we're
Okay.
gonna go back to the kind of the,
I do
just
remember for that first album cycle, I made this horrible joke in our interview where I said sometimes that mid be hidden
yeah.
because we talked about how you used really lo-fi equipment to record what sounds like a really high produced album, and we agreed that it was mid-fi
Mhm.
and that mid be hidden.
yeah.
What'd you change up when recording this album?
We changed up everything.
Everything.
I mean, this was a 180. I mean, we went into studios and did this one.
Rather than just like Baron's basement.
Yeah, no, it was my basement.
Jackson's
Yeah,
basement.
It was my basement.
I remember
but,
some things.
Yeah. No, but we did it in studios. I mean, we shelled out bucks. We used tons of different equipment.
And I mean, it definitely paid off. You guys really hit the jackpot on those charts.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And returning back to your album art conversation, the tour poster, how did you guys decide on 1-800-MOVERS? Or it's 1-800 something?
1-800 Movers Tour.
I was right, okay. And it's you guys
Yeah.
with orange slices in your mouths.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about that. Why?
I was a little not sober one night, and basically I thought it was really funny because I was like, we're going to be moving stuff, our own stuff, around the country.
Oh my
You
God.
know what I mean? So,
He's like, this is comedic genius.
Yeah, I'm like,
that scene from Chowder, comedy gold.
Yeah, exactly. It's gold, Jerry. It's gold. Yeah, I thought it was funny. We had those photos. I'm trying to learn Photoshop. Whipped it up, and here we are.
I'll whip it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's definitely, once again, an iconic picture. It has like all of your floating heads with orange peels in your mouth. It's cute. I've never seen another band do something like that. The trend in DIY at the moment is to just take like some sort of old timey photo and then put some font on it. Make your own stuff.
Come on.
Yeah.
Do something new.
Yeah,
You
make
know
some of
what?
that comedy gold.
Comedy gold.
That fresh squeezed orange juice comedy gold.
Exactly.
Oh my God, is that really what it was for? Like fresh squeezed orange slices? Like,
No,
is that
I
what that
just
image was
thinking- I
for?
was just thinking about orange juice for a second.
yeah, I've got a green tea tango with mango smoothie sitting outside.
Ooh, is that
Ooh.
gonna hold?
No, I mean I got it on my break.
Oh,
It's like an
okay.
hour old, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, don't
Just wanted to
question me,
make sure.
Jackson.
Just wanted to make sure it was okay.
Yeah, no. But now I'm
Sounds
thinking about
delicious.
orange slices with that smoothie. Ooh. So let's take an air break and play that song so I can go slurp that smoothie. In the meantime, make that sound again for me. Thank you very much. All right. Which one are you going to play? Would you like to introduce it?
Tag?
Tag? All right. This is Tag by Spud Cannon off of their newest album, Squeeze, WKNC 88.1. Keep it locked.
Fly with the tires thin car. Fill it with our next week. 5 seconds to the mind.
All right, that song was tagged by Spud Cannon off of their album Squeeze, and I'm going to say the song and album title every single time we take an air break, just in case anyone tunes in and is like, wow, what was that great song I just heard, and who is it by? Well, Spud Cannon, and they're here for an interview. We have covered quite a few topics about their tour cycle so far. They have a show tonight, and just because we are almost at that 1 hour mark, let's talk about that information one more time for anyone who may have tuned in. Who, what, when, where, why?
We are playing
Drum roll, please.
The Night Rider in LA with Black Bouquet and Pool Boy.
When?
Music starts at 8 p.m.
We will play the music at 8:45.
45.
Y'all are goofy.
That was unrehearsed.
I liked it. It was executed flawlessly.
Good bit.
Well, I hope your set tonight is not unrehearsed.
Come
Yeah.
and find out.
Come and find out.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks and we haven't played any of the 14 shows we were supposed to.
There you
Just
go.
kidding.
Or they all just got moved or had a birthday party or
Yeah.
you
Keep
did
up to
acoustic
date with
sets
us.
the whole way there. Don't even need any of your members other than Jackson or Meg.
Oh, we need everybody.
Oh, I was being entirely sarcastic. Of course, Lucy, Ari, and Ben are very, very important. I was just thinking within the context of an acoustic set. Yeah, unless you guys have an acoustic bass, an acoustic keyboard, which is just a piano, and then I guess Ben with pots and pans.
It's probably louder than a regular kit.
Pots and pans?
Pretty loud.
Just saying.
I'm just saying, I'm very experienced with pots and pans as musical instruments.
That I am.
Well, we are about to hit that 1 hour mark, so we can play a couple more songs at the end of this session. But anything else that you guys would like the audience to know about this tour cycle, who you are, and what you do?
Listen, guys. We're
Tell it to us straight, Jackson.
We are just out here, an independent college band, out on the road, 6,000 miles, just trying to party. All right? We're just trying to
1,000 miles
party.
of pure party.
We're just trying
That's
to
your next album
have
title.
a good time. So come, hey, listen,
Last chance.
this is your last
Last
chance.
chance.
Yeah, who knows? After this time,
With the way Ben drives, he might not even make it back out here
we
again.
might not.
I don't know.
He's doing a big shift tonight.
Oh, yeah.
You guys going all the way back up to New York?
We're gonna
Yeah, we're
try.
trying to do half of
We're
it
gonna try.
tonight.
I'm trying to
It's
convince them
all
that
a
they'll
party.
fall asleep and wake up at Vassar.
It's
And
all a
I'll be
party.
the hero.
It's not gonna happen.
It might
Well,
happen.
If you guys get hungry after the show, last time you were here, I tried to strong arm you into going to Cookout.
Oh yes.
Oh yes, have you gone
We've
yet?
never been.
We have not.
It's been a year.
We're on such a bad diet
Oh
right
my
now that
God.
we're about
That's-
to
that's
die.
the tour diet.
We're about to die from that.
You're gonna
Anyway,
die from it.
We're gonna die
diet.
from it. But the last thing.
Thank you for laughing, Meg.
I guess the last part of words. Keep independent music alive.
And
Keep independent venues going.
Mm-hmm.
Go to house shows. I know people say this, but it's so important in a music industry that I think favors the same old song and dance repeatedly and is less and less, I think, able and willing to kind of, bolster people doing newer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm
Creativity
sounding like
is
such a
dwindling when it's
prick right now.
suddenly corporate.
Yeah, I think so I'm just saying, just appreciate it.
Also, I don't think you
And,
sound like a prick.
I'm just a soured indie musician. No, just kidding. No, just kidding.
What a curmudgeon.
Listen, we're just trying to party, and we're having a good time, and we're blessed, and we're grateful for everything, and we're grateful for you,
Thank you so much.
WKNC, and thank you for having us again.
Literally
Even after
anytime.
we farted in the studio last time.
Even after we
You know
we crop
what? That
dusted
first time
Cliff.
is excused, but if you do it again, the audience doesn't know, but I have my little finger guns up. If you do it
Clench,
again,
clench,
Spud
clench.
Cannon.
Clench.
All right. Well, Night Rider, come party.
Night Rider.
Night
Music
Rider.
starts at 8. Spud Cannon goes on second. Black Bouquet and Pool Boy are opening and closing respectively. And this has been Spud Cannon on WKNC. Spud Cannon.
Oh,
And this has been DJ Beowvlf. Out. All right. I'm going to pull up Funkatown to cue us out because Spud Cannon did a cover of Funky Town, which is awesome, and Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life.
Shrek is life, Shrek is
That's
life.
a fact.
That is a fact.
That's a fact.
All right, Spud Cannon on 88.1 WKNC. Thank you guys for listening, and if you're interested, there's music happening tonight at the Night Rider.